Hey, it's old Brookie. I've got this neat SG I'm going to do a setup on, but before I do that, I'm going to show you some arpeggios. I have a returning student who's interested in a good practice routine while he's back from college, and I recommended working out some arpeggios. These are the ones I thought of. I'm going to do these based on the G chords. First one's going to be a major arpeggio. Remember, an arpeggio, a major arpeggio is a root, third, and fifth. Those are the notes of a G major chord, which is G, B, D. Only instead of making this shape, the shape's going to kind of wind its way up the neck, and it's going to look really cool. So the root of G is a G note, and I'm going to start here on the G with my index finger. Then I'm going to go to the third interval, which is B, which is 7th fret on the 6th string. So the first two notes of the G major arpeggio, G, B. Easy. Index and pinky. Then the index is going to creep up to the 5th fret of the 5th string, which is a D. And that's a complete G major chord. Root, third, fifth. And while I'm laying there, I'm going to let it hit the next string, which is another G. So we're just starting over. So we got root, third, fifth, root, third, which is another B. So we got, that's 9th fret, 4th string B. And we're going to continue to another D, which is 7th fret, 3rd string. Here's a G, 8th fret, 2nd string, middle finger. And then we have a B. B is at 7th fret, 1st string. Then the pinky hits this D, 10th fret, 1st string. I just think it's really cool how the hand kind of works its way up the neck gracefully. Yikes. And you can work your way back down. So play around with that. Be creative. You don't have to be fast, really. It's more, to me, slow, and let the notes ring and overlap a little bit. Sounds a lot better than trying to play fast and making a lot of klutzy mistakes and playing too staccato. I think this should be very legato. Those notes are overlapping, and right there you'll see a G chord, which looks just like a D. I love it. That's major. Let's go to a minor. So the minor is going to be exactly the same except for one change. What is it? What? No. Okay. All right. You got to flat the third. That's the difference between a major chord and a minor chord. Remember, a major is root, third, fifth. Minor is root, flatted, third, fifth. So we're going to do the same thing, only this time, instead of B, we'll hit a B flat, and it's going to look like this. I love that sound. It's so cool. Yikes. So I threw in a few scale tones so you can start to daydream and do different things. But for now, keep it kind of pure. Alright, that's your minor arpeggio based on a G chord. G minor arpeggio. Let's do, now let's go back to major, but this is going to be dominant seventh. Dominant seventh means the seventh note of the scale is included in our major chord formula, except when we say dominant seventh, it's important to remember you're going to flat the seventh degree of the scale. So here's your scale. Major. Let's do major. All we're going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, we're going to flat it, which sounds awesome. When we flat the seventh, then it sounds like a G7 chord. Which has kind of a nice edge to it and works good for blues and rock and roll and kind of a, it's got a dominant sound. It's kind of tough. It's got that F note in there. So let's do our major arpeggio, but we're going to include the flatted seventh, and it's going to be a G7th arpeggio. Check it out. This is cool. So it's a root, G, to the third, B, a fifth, then we'll throw in our flatted seventh, which is F, which really sounds great. It's got that tension. Then the root again, we just repeat. That's a root, third, fifth, flatted seven, root. And then we'll go to our third, fifth, flatted seven, to the root. F, G. I love the sound of F to G. For rock and roll business, what are you going to do? If you can't figure that out, man, I don't know. Better start hearing that if that seems alien to you. It's pretty easy. And there's all kinds of shapes you can do. I'm just doing one kind of system here, but we can make this like go all through the whole neck. But I'm keeping it kind of simple here. All right, we got to do, let's do another one. This is also major, but it's going to be a major seventh. So we're going to compare a major seventh to a dominant seventh. The only difference is it's just like the dominant seventh, except we don't flat the seventh. So here's your major scale again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to keep that. That's an F sharp. So that the major seventh is a lot more of a softer sound than the dominant seventh, so which is really effective for more of a ballad or calming effect. So we're just, you can't really like one more than another, can you? Because they're just simple colors or sounds. So we're going to make sure you've got all these different qualities. Here comes our, or moods that you could draw on as you wish. Here comes our major seventh. So it's got that really relaxed, kind of like a nursery rhyme or something. Or like, it just reminds you of like a jazz sound. Alright, here it comes. So we're going to include the F sharp. Here's a root, third, fifth, and a seventh. Then we'll start over to a root, third, fifth, seventh, and we'll keep going. Root, third, fifth, seventh. mistake, just slide back into the right note. I made a little error there. And it sounded cool. G major 7th. That's a cool sound. Alright, I got one last arpeggio for you. This is a minor 7th. So, this is exciting because we're going to include the dominant 7th interval, that flatted 7th, plus the minor 3rd. So it's a G minor 7, and it's going to be a root, a flatted 3rd, which makes it minor, and the 5th. So it's a G, B flat, D, plus an F, the minor 7. Which almost sounds like a scale, because we've got a lot of notes in there, but it's 4 notes. Wait, how many is it? Let's count. We got a root, flatted 3rd, 5th, flatted 7th. Okay, it's 4 notes. Just want to make sure. Root, flatted 3rd, which is B flat, the D, the F, which is our flatted 7th, a root, and we'll do it again. Root, flatted 3rd, 5th, flatted 7th, F, the root, flatted 3rd, 5th, flatted 7th, and a root. So we're starting to get a nice string of notes here. There's a 4th, that doesn't belong. That's okay, we can throw it in there. Eventually, it gets to where this becomes instinctive and you don't have to overthink it. If you add a note that you want, it's fine. But for our studies, we're just kind of showing you the pure arpeggio. But when you put these together, you could... Eventually, I just start playing everything. You know, if I want to do chromatic, that's cool. I accidentally flatted the 5th, but it sounded wicked. I like it. Mistakes are cool. And then I did a major 3rd, which I didn't mean to do, but actually it was fine. So you get to, the more you study these basics, the more you can just kind of pick up your guitar and play without, you got more freedom. You know, study the fundamentals, study, you know, all your timing, chord formulas, harmonies, phrasing, scales, fingering, chord construction. Do everything you can. Anyhow, that's it. And I'm going to set this SG up. It needs a little bit of neck straightening, but I really like it. All right. Thanks a lot for watching.